I'm very pleased to have Kun Yon here. Thank you for joining us at the Bloomberg Asean Business Summit. Central is well known as having the biggest grip on Thailand's brick-and-mortar retail market, but the company is also engaged in a $500 million joint venture with China's JD.com. So could you please explain the strategy behind that? Is this an indication that you expect most of the company's growth in the future to be coming from online versus the offline business?
I mean, if we step back a bit, I think Central Group has been in Thailand in operation for the last 70 years. I think we have moved from strength to strength, and we are the largest retail platform in Thailand, and also leading in Vietnam and also in Europe. Right? Now, when we look back and then look ahead, I think in tomorrow's world or today's world, I think being the biggest, being the strongest as a player in the industry, I don't think we can survive anymore. Right? I think today's world is about speed of change, innovation, and disruption. I think a lot of people should be talking about disruption. I think, in fact, we should accept it. It's beyond disruption already. Right? We are disrupted, right? And then I think we have to move on. Right? And this is Central Group, therefore, has launched a new vision this year. It's a new Central, new economy. Right? This is to signify the organization that we have to create a new Central, right? And then we have to evolve again, into the new economy. And if we focus on two tracks of our transformation, the first one, we focus on how to repositioning existing business for tomorrow. The second one, we have to create tomorrow's world, right? And then today, we still talk about online, offline. I think if you talk about from the consumer point of view, I think they don't want to talk anything about this online, offline. They become a channel-less, right? So therefore, I think we have focused on our three key strategic agenda. The first one is we want to be truly omni-channel retailer. Mm-hmm. The second one, we must be and change and transform into the technology, data, organization, and culture. Right? Mm-hmm. And the third one, we cannot do everything by ourselves. We have to go through by partnership. Right? So this is the key vision and also our key strategic agenda. Right?
If you're looking at this shift that's coming with the website, let me put you on the spot a little bit. How much of the company's revenue earnings do you think will be coming from the online channel versus the offline channel, say in the next 5 years?
I think in retail at the moment, I think online contribution as industry and maybe 1 to 2%. Right? I think for Central Group at the moment maybe less than 2%. Right?
Less than 2%.
Less than 2% today. Right?
Less than 2%.
I believe that in maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10 to 15%. Right? Mm-hmm. It depends on which category. Right?
So in 5 years, as much as 15% of revenue will be coming from the online channel. That's a target you're working towards. It's a very crowded marketplace. There are already players out there with an existing presence, like Lazada, for example. So how do you anticipate differentiating the joint venture that you have with JD? How will you capture market share?
I think Central Group is very selective in picking the partnership, right? Okay, and then we see that JD.com is the real e-retailer, right? Central Group would like to build the platform for Thai, right? And then we want to build the whole platform from end to end, not just only e-commerce. We want to build e-commerce, e-logistics, and e-finance, okay? And then this is a platform for Thai, okay, and including cross-border for export to China or beyond China, right?
So it's going to be. So you're looking at it more as a holistic, if you like, value chain, not just purely as an e-commerce website. Why did you choose JD? What was the thinking behind that?
We can see that this JD.com compare with the other people. Right? I think we have the same mindset, the same culture. Right? That we want to focus on, let's say, bring the best to the customer, right? And also that we want to ensure that we bring the new customer experience, right? So that's why you can see these two partnerships. We bring the best together onto the table, and actually we are the first one in the world that you can take about the giant of offline and online actually married, right? And you can see the other people in the world just follow us. When we actually signed the deal with JD, a lot of people questioning about it, right? Mm-hmm. That we get to a lot of cannibalization. But I think this is how to get the best of the two together, right? In Thailand, Central Group is very well known. It's very well trusted brand. Right? For JD, they are very good in total platform end-to-end. Okay? And they start thinking the culture from, let's say, E-concept. Right? So in that case, they actually come with, let's say, for zero-cost based thinking, start from let's say customer experience point of view first, right? So we want to focus on authentic products, a world-class customer service, which means that is 11:11. If you order the goods before 11 in the morning, you get the same day. If you order the goods after 11 p.m., you get tomorrow, right? And then we have both offline and online together. We will be let's say the best, okay, in class in terms of this O2O, right? Okay, this omni-channel, right? And last but not least, I think whatever happened to the product, if you like the product or you like the product, you can return to anywhere within Central Group or our partner.
What is the progress now with the website, with the joint venture? When do you plan to formally launch it to the public? Is it already up and running?
We actually use the word soft launch. Okay, it's a soft launch late June, right? And now we are, let's say, warming up the system. Right? Hopefully, there will be an official launch maybe in September. Right?
September. So the soft launch was already in June, but the formal official launch will be
it's in September.
September this year. And apart from the opportunity it gives you to tap the e-commerce potential in Thailand, does this JD venture give you some kind of access to opportunities in China?
You can see that Chinese, they are moving from, let's say, export country to be an import country, right? And all the Thai fabric is very, very, very good for the Chinese, right? So this is a very big opportunity for the Thai SME, right? To bring all their goodies into our platform, okay, and then export to China. Okay, this is one. Second, in terms of payment, I think nowadays between retails and payment industry, I think we have to work together as one, right? Become a seamless experience for the customer. So they bring the best payment system and also financial solution to our Thai people too.
So I'm just curious how it works. So does JD take the heavy lifting in terms of getting it together, organizing the website, doing the engineering, or is Central contributing to that as well?
Technology-wise, obviously JD is leading on that one. But in terms of localization, right, adaptation to Thai people, we actually take the lead on that one. Right? In terms of, let's say, designing the Thai customer experience, this is we take the lead, right? And also in terms of merchandising, we also take the lead. Right? In terms of doing marketing, we are local. We are local geo here in Thailand, so we know how to serve Thai customer better. Right?
And I think earlier reports were that the joint venture is valued at about $500 million.
Yes.
Is that still the case, or do you anticipate the investment into the project increasing over time?
So we set aside about $500 million for the total project, right? And this is a 50-50 joint venture, right? And then this is our commitment for the next few years that we set aside, right? And then if we need more, we put more, right?
So the 500 is equally divided between the two.
Yeah, 250
between
each.
the two. Do you think you'll need more over time?
No, I think we should be very smartly in investing it, right? And with the total power of the Central Group, right, and also the power of JD, I'm sure that we can be very efficient in using the money, right? If we need it, then we invest more, right?
Okay, talking about big deals. At the start of 2018, Central was involved in the biggest land purchase in Thai history, in partnership with Hong Kong Land. I think it was a value of about 420 million pounds. You bought the British Embassy site, and the plan, I think, is to have a mixed-use development brought up on that site. Why did Central decide to pursue this deal?
The location is very important. Right? I think we got very nice two locations actually. One at the Central Embassy, and the other one at Jagtiani. Right? And both of these two sites, we are strategic location for Bangkok as a Central Bangkok too. Right? And then we have to pick the right partner, to work together because this is very important and big project. Right?
What's the budget for this for the development? What do you anticipate it's going to cost?
We set aside about 25 billion baht, for each project.
25 billion baht
for each project.
For each project, what do you mean by each project?
So we got one in Central Embassy, right? The other one in Jagtiani.
Okay, so for each project, that's the investment budget. What's the timeline? So, I mean, how long do you think it'll take to get this?
I think we have in the process of finalizing the whole concept, right? It could take maybe a bit in the next few years. I think the project should be up and running. Right?
Okay. Now, the company has, over time, increased revenue streams from overseas. I think there's significant income coming in from Europe, I believe from Vietnam as well.
Yes.
What was the decision to do that? Why was that done? And which other markets do you anticipate expanding into in future?
Apart from Thailand, right? I think the next country is Vietnam. I think it's quite obvious choice. When we entered China, Vietnam at that time, it's only about less than 100 million baht business. For the last, let's say, several years, okay, now it's gone up to be about almost 45 billion baht already, right? So we have been doing very well. And the last acquisition we did is we acquired the Big C in Vietnam, right? And then this will be quite a strategic location, okay, to serve, let's say, South Asia and also our EEC, right? And in terms of Europe, I think we want to be, let's say, the central luxury department store, okay, in the right location, okay, in Europe and also in Bangkok. Right?
And how is the European expansion doing in terms of profitability? Is it contributing profitability, or is it will it still take time for it to do that?
It depends on by country, by location. I think overall it's doing well, right? And then now, last year we opened the Rome, right? And then now we are enlarging in Turin, right? So this is more coming up. Right?
Mm-hmm. And what about Myanmar? Do you have any plans to look at Myanmar, look at expansion opportunities there?
I think we have been studying it, and now the government is much more open, okay, and then change the law on the retail side, and then now we are moving into some serious discussion. Right?
About expanding into Myanmar. What kind of thing do you think you might want to do? What would you anticipate you could do there?
I think in Myanmar, I think we may go with different business model, right? Because you may skip maybe 1 or 2 generations, right? Because the country is already moved in terms of, let's say, technology, in terms of connectivity, okay, even maybe better than Thailand too, right? So they're moving to 5G soon, right? Mm-hmm. So the model may be different from Bangkok and Myanmar. Okay.
So it would be more of an online model, or?
No, I would say that in terms of tech, it's like a game changing in technology, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So somehow we have to see what would be the best business model to get in, right? We don't have to be a big physical only. Okay, and vice versa.
Because right now in Myanmar, there are a number of grand developments underway, projects underway to build mixed use, to build retail space, to build office space. Do you think that is something that Central would look at as an opportunity, being involved in some way, perhaps with a joint venture with a Myanmar company in some of these development projects?
I think any good project, okay, we are open, right? We set aside the budget for investment, okay, for our existing business. And also any extra for any good potential initiative. Okay, we also look into it.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question. Central is in a pretty unique position to give us some perspective on the mood of the Thai consumer and how consumer spending is doing. It's been improving in the past year, but there's a sense that it could be better, even though growth is almost at 5% for the economy. From your perspective, how does it look? Are you seeing an improvement in consumer spending, or do you think there's still a way to go?
Overall, I think Thai people, there are two groups. I think sometimes rich people that don't have the mood to spend. Okay, this is one side. Okay, but overall, I think that the economy is picking up, but it's go by location, right? Mm-hmm. By category. Right? You can see food, okay, now picking up, and they're changing the style too. Right? Okay, they don't actually cook at home now. They will eat out or maybe home delivery. Right? So this is the change in their behavior. Right? And if you look again, I think that it is a good time, okay, it's a good opportunity for everyone, that the world is open, right? And then everyone has the same equal opportunity, okay, to take this forward. And I would say that this is the brightest ever, okay? And then please look back about disruption, we better move on. A lot of people still talking about disruption. So I just want to say to the audience that it's time for us to move on, right? And then grab this opportunity. This is the brightest ever that I have seen in my life.